I am driving to two big box stores to check out if they got some succulents. It's February, so I'm hoping that stores got some succulents because it's holiday in a few days. But typically here in Michigan we don't get much until end of March, beginning of April. So I'll show you what they got, and then when we come back I'll give you an update on my dining room plants. I'm in my master bedroom and just wanted to show you this new addition, Echeveria from Lowe. I ended up putting it in a terracotta white pot. I thought it's gonna look pretty here with these euphorbias and some of the euphorbias. I did keep it under lights for a day and a half because it was really wet. Cleaned it up and placed it in this spot so you can see how it looks close up. And this is the bloom. It's getting ready to open. So yeah. I'm currently in Lowe in Benton Harbor, Michigan. And there is a lot of tropical plants that they got. This is cute. Looks like Sedeveria Sorano. Oh no, Sedeveria Lime. Okay. Reminded me of Sedeveria. Cute Ursula, candy cane. And then here below there is some cacti. Another Ursula. This one is like lime, like hybrid. And then some bigger cacti. Let's see if there is anything on the other side. These are mimicry plants. I do love these purple lit ups, but I always kill them, so I don't know. Nothing that's like really catching my attention so far. This must be some kind of ionium. One thing that I did wanted to get again is lime and chili. Wow, this one looks like it has variation. There is some other pretty ones, like this is really nice. Look at these little babies here and here. Rosettes, and then there is a bloom coming from middle. There are some chromas that look really nice. So yeah, if you don't have some of these look really nice, and it's a nice size. Look at this cluster, so pretty. I'm in Meijer and just wanted to check what plants they got. These are $7. I love these little cute brownies, so cute. There's some pretty heart-shaped pots here. These are the bigger ones, are $30. So pretty pricey. Here are some of the cacti that they still have left. I purchased some from here when they just arrived. And they were so healthy. They still have a nice selection here. I don't actually have this particular one, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I got this one a few weeks ago. So I'm in a small nursery that usually doesn't have succulents until the season, but I think that they have some from the last year, and these are $5 each pots. I think they're 4-inch ones. Here's some really cute ones. I think this is so cute. This one is and you get the really nice size plants because they're kind of overgrown. This is some kind of Echeveria Sorano. There is one over there that's even more leggy. And I love those big plants that need to be cleaned up. Look at how dry it is. So I think I might go with this one. And maybe hydrate it too. Hydrate this plant and then figure out what I'm gonna do with it. It's really nice. These are huge too. Fertilizers I definitely do not need. This is kind of nice, but no. So they have Hoya Cortosi for $34, quite nice and even. They have string of turtles for $12. And then they have these beautiful, I look at this one. Really nice variegated string of pearls and a regular one. It's a little bit rehydrated, but yeah. Really cute pot. Excited guys about some of the purchases that I made in this little nursery. So here's on my seat some plants and I will show you when I arrive home. Right, I arrived home and I got the plants inside, so I'm gonna take them out so you can see what I got. So guys, I decided to get that overgrown Echeveria, I think it's Sedeveria, sorry, Sorrento. It looks really cool. I love the color. You can see there is total of like what, 5 bigger rosettes, six bigger rosettes, and then there's some really tiny ones. Super dehydrated, guys. It's actually coming out of the pot because it's so dehydrated. And some of these leaves have spots on them. Kind of resembles to a virus that I had on my Crassula jade. But I was willing to take risk on this plant. Sometimes I notice this, when plants are very dehydrated, they get stressed and more susceptible to certain viruses or funguses. So what I'm gonna first do with this one and the next one that I'm gonna show you is hydrate them, put them in the water and just let them sit probably for 24 hours. The other one that I got, and you can guess, is this Pachyphyllum. I think I have this one actually, but this one is like so miniature, and I think it's miniature because it's super dry and it's like it's so hard. This is just like a little bit of soil that's dried up, so I'm gonna soak that one as well. Here's close up. And this one here, I couldn't resist this because it was such a good price, even though I do have a small pot of Senecio Rollianus variegated string of pearls. I thought that this one's so healthy and full. Even if I get bored, I can always sell it, but I wanted to grow it. So really cute. And then from Lowe's, I ended up getting that, it looks like Echeveria Lime and Chilli, but I'm not 100% sure. It has a beautiful bloom stalk, and leaves almost look like they have a little bit of variegation. It was super soaked, full of water. This plastic doesn't have a hole, so I actually ended up lifting the pot and dumping the water before I checked out. But it's very heavy, so this one doesn't need any water. I'm just gonna have it dry first because it has some yellow leaves on the bottom from overwatering. And it's kind of cold still, so not good. And then I got one more plant that I actually started doing stuff in the dining room that I wanted to show you a week ago or so, and it looks so different than mine that I realized that mine is probably not having enough light, even though even mine looks cute, but I couldn't resist getting this one. Look at how full it is and how compact the look is on this one. A little Trandescantia. it almost looks like it has double leaves because they're so close to each other. So need some cleaning up and probably some chopping because yeah. Anyway, so let me first get these two soaked in water. So my plants are soaked in this plastic container in laundry room. So I'm just gonna leave them here and continue doing what I need to do. So here are the plants 24 hours later. I have decided this obviously long, very long part I'm gonna have to cut off, but these three I'm gonna leave as it is. And I prepared some pots. So there's a tiny bit of debris. This one here is a low leaf propagation from the same Sedeveria. I'm gonna add that to the soil after I place this one. Let's see, this looks like a debris. There's a few more leaves that propagated itself. I'm gonna remove those. Okay, so I'm gonna need some more soil. I just filled these up with soil, so I'll show you close up. This one is ready to go under lights. And this one here is in terracotta pot. These leaves that have some, that got actually plumpier, quite dehydrated yesterday, that had some black spots, I might remove. And I will definitely chop now this big branch. It's kind of sad because I do like when they're that big, but I can't leave it like this. So I'm removing some of those leaves that I don't like how they look. I'm gonna chop this one off. A little bit here lower. Okay. That, and then this branch that's sticking up does have like a tiny little rosette here, so I don't think I'm gonna chop that off all the way. I'm gonna like cut like that. So there's these three little leaf propagations. I think it looks better. And here are some of the propagations. Might even put them in the same pot. I ended up using rooting hormone and placing these cuttings in the same pot. The soil that I added was dry, but the soil from the soaked plant is wet. So hopefully it's gonna be okay. I won't have root problems. So yeah, that's how it looks, guys. Here it is. Yep. I'm in my master bedroom and just wanted to show you this new addition, Echeveria from Lowe. I ended up putting it in a terracotta white pot. I thought it's gonna look pretty here with these euphorbias and some of the euphorbias. I did keep it under lights for a day and a half because it was really wet. Cleaned it up and placed it in this pot so you can see how it looks close up. And this is the bloom. It's getting ready to open. Here's my dining room, but before I give you an update on the plants here, I really want to deal with this one here because it looks really messy, as you can see, and I would like to propagate it. It also gets really dry in this pot, so maybe it needs a bigger pot as well. So I'm just gonna start taking some cuttings here. I love the variegation on these. It's just such a cool Trandescantia. We'll remove the one bottom leaf. I have a glass of water here where I can put the cuttings in. So when you're propagating Trandescantias, you can cut the branch anywhere. You know, it can be a smaller branch, longer branch. Make sure to remove leaves from at least one node, bottom node. So you see these little bumpy spots on the stem. Those are the nodes. And then the roots will come out there. Typically when it's a shorter stem, they root faster. So I'll just keep doing this. Look at that variegation, guys, so pretty. And there is some that are completely pink white. So you can see a lot of cuttings that I have already taken from the plant. This plant I started, I think it was the end of summer. Yeah, somewhere in August, from 3 cuttings, just 3 cuttings. And half a year later, you can see how big it is. So, grows, it's a definitely fast grower. I see what I don't like, a lot of dry leaves here, because I think it wasn't watered as much as it needed. So I don't know if I should just take all the cuttings and discard the plants, or just leave this plant and try to clean it up. Haven't decided on this yet. But if I start cleaning, there will be a lot of dried up leaves here. I have quite a bit of debris here and quite a bit of propagations. I don't even know, could be 40 of them or more. But this is very prolific plant, but there is some of these branches that are so long that I think I'm gonna just have to cut them all the way almost to the top here. A lot of debris, and I think it looks much better. I trimmed it, as you can see, all around. There is still some sticking out that I'm gonna have to trim. There's a few little dry leaves in the middle, but it's almost ready to be soaked. I have so many cuttings, guys, that can't even, I just spilled the water, but I just can't even fit some of them. So I'm gonna have to maybe have another glass for propagation. But yeah, so I'll keep you updated. Hopefully it roots by the time I'm getting ready to finish this video. So guys, here are my propagations, 1 week old. Actually, there were changes in the first 48 hours. There were little white roots on most of the cuttings. So I'm just gonna pull this out. And I actually prepared smaller pot with soil. Just want to show you how many little white roots there are. These root really fast. So I'm gonna pick the ones that have bigger roots, like this one here, and I'm just gonna place them in the soil and water them. If you have some leaves where it's rooted, I would recommend you removing the leaf. So I'm gonna place all this in the soil. Okay. Look at this one, guys. So here on the floor, on the right side of my dining room, I have my agave macrocenta. That doesn't get a lot of light during the winter time, but I don't water it much, so I think it's gonna be fine. This is Trandescantia that probably is not too happy here, and I think it had some pests. But again, I think it's gonna live. Here are my euphorbias. Actually, let me change the direction from which I'm recording. This one I think has grown the most and had some leaves on top of the new branches that it grew. This one I think is struggling with the lack of light, so might need to go under lights because next 2 months may be too long to wait to go outside. I put some cuttings of one of the peperomias here randomly. This one I'm actually selling. I decided it's just too big for me. This is my big, I forgot what's the name of this one. Calitia something. Yeah. I hope it's not getting pests. I see some spots on it. So I was worried about that Calitia having pests, so I just washed every single leaf. It's over there. And also sprayed it with alcohol, so I'm gonna put it away from the light. I think it's gonna be fine. Here is my enopa. I think it grew some new branches. This one not really changing much. Euphorbias, variegated one. This one grown a little bit. This pup, one of the pups, and grew a bit in height. This is Fimbriata euphorbia. That's my obesa. Few other ones here. This one, this Pilea peperomia is getting a bit bigger, and has a little pup that's getting bigger as well. Another big euphorbia. This one is all over the place. I have trimmed it in the past, but I think I need to take more cuttings because it's getting too long, some of the branches, so I need to take care of that and do some propagation. This one has established and rooted. It's a really cute euphorbia. I'm gonna probably sell this one together with a few other ones that I have extras. Miranda. This is just one of the pots, but I have a lot of these guys. These are the newly rooted that I showed you, that I took cuttings. They're already established, they're growing nicely here. Since I'm already here, just to show you its mess here, I was actually cleaning floor because I haven't moved these plants for a while. But look at how big this one is. It's really big. My husband says, "This is too big for our dining room." I love it, and I'm not gonna move it from here. I'm just gonna have to reorganize this space. This one has got so big as well. And even though I have chopped some leaves and branches, then I have a propagation of my peperomia ruby necklace, I think. This one, this branch is dead. But it didn't do very well in the bedroom because it got very yellow. It's starting to get some more green here, so I put it facing east and covered, not directly, exposed to sunlight with a hope it's gonna recover. This one here that I got from Allsip has finally stopped having any yellow leaves and dried up leaves. I think it's looking better, and it started preparing to bloom. These blooms look kind of interesting. There's like 3 of them so far that I'm seeing, so we'll see how that's gonna look. Sanseveria is doing good. Look at this massive root here. My string of turtles was growing all around so well, guys. I actually made a video about tips to take care of this plant that I have divided it so many times already. I have given it to 3 people, and this is all from one plant that I purchased that I think was 6-inch. And this is the pot that I just sold. It's supposed to be taken today at 2 o'clock. Look at how beautiful it is. That was actually a part of the plant right here, so I ended up pulling it out. Oh gosh, I hate these. Ooh. Ah, no, don't go back there. I don't want you. Anyway, probably need to add a little bit soil here. So this one is the baby, same as this one. Actually, they both came as cuttings from the same mother plant, but look how big this one is now. And this one, you can watch a video where I started with a cutting with one leaf, and now it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves. And I can't keep both of these. I was considering putting the smaller one in this pot and pulling this one, but I think that would disturb everything. Plus, I really like this big one, so I don't think that's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna probably sell this one. And in this pot, I was rooting string of pearls instead of string of turtles to trail down. This is the one that was in guest room, and I brought it here to get some more light because it started stretching. I love this sedum, but I think it wasn't too happy with the amount of light that was getting there. Here is my big ficus, continue growing leaves. It's getting tall. Then I have Syngonium, variegated elbow, that has grown. Oh, look at how cool this is. I had only one leaf when I purchased it that was like this, but I have another leaf now that's like split in half, green and white. I love it. It has grown about 5 leaves since I got it. So pretty much every week one leaf, I think, because I got it about 5 weeks ago, I think. I have another little zigzag plant that I got as a gift. It had damages, so I had to chop it off, and there's a lot of new growth coming up. So I'm gonna probably sell that one when it's bigger. What else I have here? Here's my Pilea peperomia, the original mother plant. Has 3 kind of aged branches. Oh yeah, I haven't showed you the shelves here. I have climbing yellow here. I have a Sedum Pachyphyllum. Here I actually placed it in this gray pot where I used to have a Euphorbia bioensis, because I think that this one looks better in it than Euphorbia, and Euphorbia didn't have enough space there. So then I moved one of the Hoyas here together with this Hoya that was moved as well to upper shelf. I have one Euphorbia on top that actually grew this branch, and it's currently blooming. Look at these cute little yellow blooms. Sorry for the sound. Kyle is thirsty, so he's drinking his water. And then I also have variegated string of pearls here. It has grown quite a bit. I think it needs some more water. So yeah, so that's the dining room. I also have this pretty arrangement that I made about almost 2 years ago. This is maybe needs to be sprayed against pests. I think this is Hoodia plant, so I'm just gonna spray it with alcohol. Just in case. This one was washed every side, just in case. I wasn't sure what I'm dealing with, but I didn't like it. It has these tiny little black dots. I don't know what that was. And it's not on all leaves, but I sprayed it with alcohol and I just washed every leaf. Not sure what that is. If you know, let me know. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you soon in the next video.